Everyone, it's Mrs. Piro. Today we're going to draw a tree frog, and I got some images offline to work from. This one came from the National Geographic website. I also found an image from the GettyImages.com, and I actually have the app for this one. So this is Getty Images, and that's the one we're going to be working with today. I also got some ideas for this after reading one of my favorite books, and this book is called The Great Kapok Tree by Lynn Cherry. And this book was written in the 90s and really highlights how important it is for all creatures to be helpful to each other. And so they were focusing on a type of tree in a rainforest in the Amazon, and just pointing out each animal comes into the story and points out how important that tree is to them, and kind of helps us to think about the earth and keeping things safe and clean here on earth. Okay, and so today we're gonna do this really silly looking tree frog right here. This frog doing the spread eagle between a couple of sticks or reeds in this picture. And so here we go. You're going to need to get something to draw with. You can draw with a pencil, you can draw with a crayon. I'm going to draw with a Sharpie marker today. Sometimes I like to go pencil first, Sharpie second. That way if I make a mistake, I can stop and fix it. Okay, we're going to start up here. Think about where the center of our paper is. Come down, give ourselves about 1 hand space at the top, and this is where our drawing will begin. So the first thing we're going to do today are the eyes. So I'm going to make a little dot here to think that's where the center of my frog's head will go. And remember, if I go too fast, you can always pause the video. We're going to start out with the eyes. We're starting with a small circle, almost an oval shape. And then the tree frog's pupil kind of goes up and down, almost like a cat or a snake. Okay, so we're going to go up and down, fill that in. And sometimes they're looking a little bit off to the side, so it doesn't have to be perfectly centered. And then we're going to do this little bit of skin up and over. It's almost like a fender coming up and over a car tire. We're going to go up and over the eye. Now, in between here, I want to make sure that I hit this dot. So I'm going to come here, touch the dot, and it's a slightly curved line that connects in between the two parts. Next, I'm going to the side. We're going to come down the side a little bit longer. This is slightly curving in, and then a little bit longer yet. And then I'm looking at this mouth area here, and it kind of comes up a little bit and then down. I like to give it a double line. It gives it a more of a look like there's a lip there. Okay, and in this image, the way this frog is spread out, his whole body is creating kind of a big V shape. So we're going to draw the body like a V shape, and then we're going to draw a smaller V inside that. Okay, I'm not pressing very hard with my marker because I don't want to have a super heavy line on here. So I'm pressing kind of light. The tree frog has some blue markings on his sides, and it's almost like a camouflage pattern. And so I'm going to go ahead and make these sort of camo shapes, little blobs along the sides of the body. And then he's got himself spread out. So we're going to make his arms sticking out like this. And we won't worry about the two sticks or reeds of grass that it's holding on to yet, because we want to make sure that we have the fingers in the right position. Okay, so the tree frog has 3 fingers. I'm not sure if you can tell. I'm going to lift it up so you can see my other image right here, but each finger, there's 3. It's a little bit orange on the tip, then there's green, then there's blue. It's got kind of a whitish belly, some blue spots on the side, nice red eyes, and this bright green color body. Okay, so that's the coloration that we're looking at right here. Now we're going to come back down to our drawing. And I want to make it look like one of his fingers is stretched out and going up. It has a little bit of a circle shape at the tip. And then we're gonna go one of the fingers is crossing, okay? And another circle tip. And then the third finger is gonna show from behind. So at this point, I'm going to draw this plant that it's holding on to. So we're going 2 lines. It's gonna be on a diagonal. So it's coming in on a slant. And then this third finger is gonna be kind of just showing up here from behind. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring this all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so I've got a diagonal line plant coming in like that. If yours is a little bit off, it's too straight or whatever, that doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. But it's kind of cool in this image because the frog's body is a V and the things that he's holding on to are a V. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this other thumb. This one's gonna be in the front, so we wanna draw it before we draw the plant. And then we're gonna pretend there's a finger over here. So now I can draw this line and this line. And we're gonna bring this around, and this is going to be the side of this finger. And then maybe we can't even see all of the other finger. We might just put a little circle shape on there. I'm gonna bring this down, but I don't wanna go all the way down because we gotta do the leg next. So coming back to the body here, the legs are spread out to the sides, and we can see a knee shape. So we're gonna go up and then bend down and then over. And then I'm gonna go just a little bit below the body shape that I drew and follow that line again and create a second line. This one's gonna come all the way over here. We're gonna bump into this piece of stick or whatever, and then we're gonna come out, bend at the knee, and we wanna bring this back to this plant and touch this line again, okay? And this is where we're gonna have his toes holding on. Okay, so we have to go ahead and put that in at this time. So again, they're kind of part of the toes showing, maybe the other parts are not. And so you don't have to worry about drawing all of his foot, which helps out a lot. Okay, and then we're gonna go here and pretend that it's going out the back, coming out the other side, and then this is like his heel. Okay, on this toe, we kind of want to show a little bit more of the toe. So we're going to draw 2 lines with a little circle shape on the end. This one's kind of bent in a really funny way. Tree frogs are very flexible, and it looks like they can really move their toes in very, very unique ways that helps them to hang on to things. And there we go. One more line on each side, and that fills it up. Okay, and there's our tree frog. If you want, you can go ahead and make a little line separating the top half of the leg and the bottom half. The top half is going to be colored that beautiful blue color, and the bottom half is going to be the bright green. You're going to want to have a picture that you can look at for color reference. Okay, so you can stop and pause the video on this one if you want to. We've got this bright green here. We've got a red orange. I used crayons because it gave me far more choices than I would have if I had used my markers today. But if you have crayons or colored pencils or paint, if you're really lucky, you might have some watercolor paint. You can use any kind of coloring material you want. Just think about these beautiful, vibrant colors of our tree frog, and think about being nice to the planet and keeping things safe and taking care of our environment. Happy day. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed drawing and creating today. Bye-bye.